Getting better sleep could help you accomplish some of your New Year's resolutions. Annie Schlecht with Zen Sleep Consulting is back to discuss the importance of sleep and how it could jumpstart some of your weight loss goals in the new year. Welcome back, Annie. How's it going today?
Hi, I'm doing well.
That is wonderful to hear, and I am very excited. We said two things that I think would work great together. I hope they do anyway. More sleep and losing some weight. Who doesn't love the sound of that?
Right. I know this is the perfect time, I feel like, to kind of start working on those sleep goals along with everything else we're working towards because they go hand in hand.
And so how does that work? How does perhaps a resolution on more sleep or better sleep fit in with a weight loss journey?
Sure. So when we are trying to lose our weight, we have two hormones that kind of play into factor here. One is for our hunger hormone and one is for our satiety or our fullness. And when we are sleep deprived, our hunger hormone goes up through the roof. And if we're not replenishing our body with those energy stores of sleep, we're going to be looking for a quick fix in other ways. So your body's naturally going to be craving foods that are higher in carbs and sugars that are not going to be benefiting your weight loss goals.
And so there's another thing that also goes with muscle mass when you sleep. Can you explain what that is?
Yeah, so we spend a lot of time at the gym thinking that we're just getting toned and ripped there. But the thing is, we're breaking down our muscles when we're working out. And it's actually when we're sleeping that our body is recovering and our muscle mass is actually building. So if we are cutting ourselves short on sleep to get up and get to the gym, which is a great goal, right? We want to get that exercise in. But if you're cutting yourself short on sleep, you're also cutting yourself short on building that muscle mass up.
And so what are the recommendations that you have seen for sleep that the average adult can attain? We all know that, you're not going to achieve anything overnight, but what is something that you would recommend people do?
Yeah, so first thing I want you to focus is just getting the right amount of sleep. So anywhere from 7 to 9 hours. So 7 to 9, that's the first thing. And then making sure that you have the right sleep environment. So getting a pitch black dark room is going to boost your sleep quality tremendously. And it's the easiest thing I think that anybody can do.
And so do you also have any advice? I know it's really hard. We have all these devices. How does that impact when we're trying to go to sleep?
Absolutely. Cutting out that screen time at least an hour, maybe 2 hours before bed if you're somebody that struggles with your sleep. If you are somebody that likes to be on your devices at nighttime, getting some blue light blocking glasses, and at nighttime the orange lensed ones, that can help with your melatonin levels.
And so with that, some people might find that they need to take a little extra melatonin. Do you think that's necessary in all cases, or that if people would maybe try some other things like putting away the phone and going in a dark room, that could help more?
Absolutely. I recommend mostly those lifestyle changes before you went to melatonin. I think melatonin can be an okay tool to use if it's short term. It's definitely not meant to be a long-term fix. So definitely making sure that you're getting your environment zenned out nice and dark, dim the overhead lights, cut the screen time out if you can. It really does make a big difference because light levels are the number one thing that impacts our circadian rhythm and our ability to sleep well.
And so then once we get that 7 to 9, 7 to 8 hours of sleep that you said we're supposed to be getting, how is that going to boost then when we're trying to maybe work out and lose a little weight?
Right. So obviously you're going to be craving less of those high sugar, high carb foods. Your satiety hormone is going to be more manageable too. So you're not going to be craving as many of those foods. You're going to be fuller sooner. And just overall energy levels are going to be higher, right? Like we know that obviously even our mental mood or our mental health is impacting all of our goals for our New Year's resolutions. I know if I'm exhausted, getting to the gym is not the first thing on my bucket list, after a full day of work.
And is there anything with the best time of the day to work out? Some people say that after they work out, they have a hard time sleeping, and so then they can't quite go to bed at the time that they would like to.
Yes, absolutely. So I usually recommend that you do it in the morning if possible. That's when we can, set our circadian rhythm up for success by working out anywhere between the hours of 8 and 10 a.m. is actually super ideal. But if you can and you have to squeeze a workout in the evening, I'd recommend doing it at least an hour and a half before you're going to bed. So that way it gives your core body temperature time to come down because we need to start decreasing in temperature in order to initiate good sleep.
All right, lots of good goals here, or good advice, I should say, if some of your goals are to get a little more sleep and maybe lose some pounds. Well, thank you for joining us here this morning, Annie, as we talk about getting our life back on track.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Coming up here on today's show, we are going to be talking about where you can climb to new heights in 2022 and get in a pretty good workout while you're doing it. We're heading on over to Nature of the North in Moorhead. That's next.